welcome everybody. How about some applause for Hank Cherry?
His third classic, a former Toyota Trucks All-Star, a champion. Came very close to winning his very first classic just a few years ago on Grand Lake. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for Hank Cherry. Three fish to start off, Hank Cherry's Bassmaster Classic, 7 pounds at 15 ounces, puts you in 26th place right now, but another shot at him out there tomorrow to stay inside that top half of the field and move on to Championship Sunday.
You know, I have no idea what went on. I really thought this was my time. I was going to wreck them, but I tried to fish in the waves, and you know I hate waves. I found a bunch of fish. They're still there. If it calms down a little bit, I know I can catch them. But see, I want to thank two special people in my life. My Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for getting me back in and being with me all this time. And my dad. My dad, this was his dream for me to be on this baseball field. But all I ever wanted to do was catch a fish. So we kind of got to do both today.
Dreams do come true.
All right, next angler coming in, ladies and gentlemen, make him welcome. He is from Park Hill, Oklahoma, neighboring state up that way. Here's Jason Christie.
One of the most feared names in professional bass fishing. 4 Bassmaster wins, 14 wins. Fishing his 5th Geico Bassmaster Classic. Jason Christie came oh so close last year and would love to get redemption here on Lake Conroe in front of this incredible host community of Houston, Texas. We want to thank Houston, Texas, and Conroe and all these great people for being here today and hosting us. 15 pounds, 3 ounces. Jason Christie moves into 14th place currently. $15 pounds at 3 ounces, so a decent 5-fish limit, and put yourself in contention as we move into day number 2. And you know the deal. As long as you're there on Sunday, anything can happen.
That's right. You know, rolling into the crowd, this just never gets old. As many times as we go fishing, rolling into a crowd like this, you know, a weighing facility like this, it's just awesome. And you know, I only had 5 bites all day, and like you said, I still have a chance. There's some really big fish. I never had a big bite today, and hopefully I get 2 or 3 of those tomorrow. You know, my marshal gets in the boat this morning and says that he had never been in a boat before. And we put across the lake, and he said it was rough. We started about a half mile from takeoff. And when we come out of that river at the end of the day, I mean, thank goodness we were in a Ranger, but I mean, his eyes were as big as softballs. So it was a lot of fun. And you know, once we shut down and he lost half his clothes and stuff like that, he said it really wasn't that bad. But I'll tell him I was a little bit scared, but it was pretty good. You know, I'm really not on anything. I'm just putting around. You know, I heard Littner say something. You know, I'm using my Garmin Panoptics. This lake gets a lot of pressure, and I'm trying to find things that are still shallow. It's just out, covered up a little bit. So I've caught some big ones in practice, and hopefully I can get 5 tomorrow.
Look forward to seeing how it works out.
Hey, let's bring our next angler, a little Texas love coming your way, ladies and gentlemen, out of Huntington, Texas. Give it up for Keith Combs.
The odds-on favorite coming into this event, a 3-time Toyota Texas Bass Classic champion. 2 of those titles came from Lake Conroe. His worst finish ever on that body of water is 4th place. A former Elite Series champion. Get loud for Keith Combs. Came into this event with a giant target on his back. And on day number 1, 3 fish for 7 pounds, 11 ounces. But let's hear it, Texas, for one of your very own. Represents you all year long on the Bassmaster Elite Series. And Keith, I know this is not the start that you wanted, but boy, I will tell you one thing. Before weigh-in, people said, Combs struggled today. And I said, I know, but I'll tell you one thing. If there was one horse that can dig his way out of that hole and win this event on Sunday on Lake Conroe, it's Keith Combs. What do you think? Now let me ask you, what do you think?
This is Lake Conroe. It's springtime. This is Texas, and yes, you can catch a 35-pound bag out there. Today didn't go my way. Practice has been decent, but today was just a grind. And believe me, I've had an hour-and-a-half drive back from the lakes to try to come up with excuses. But I mean, everything went perfect. I know a lot of guys are coming in talking about the weather. It was rough. I mean, I tell you what, my stuff worked beautifully today. That Ranger Yamaha. We ran probably 40 holes trying to make it happen, but it just didn't happen today. But we'll get back in it tomorrow with a little bit different mentality because we definitely got some ground to make up. But yeah, absolutely, this is a place where you can make up ground. So, I'm sure this isn't the last time that we're going to have a classic in Texas because this crowd right here is awesome. But I got my work cut out for me because, if I don't make that top 25 tomorrow, I got to work the expo. I don't want to do that, but I do got some good sponsors at that expo. One of them I want to give a big shout out to. That's Tackle Addict. They're in booth 833. I know a lot of guys have heard of them. That's one of the hottest tackle shops in the world right now. And they got everything I use. Shimano, Seagar, Owner, all my good Strike King products. They got it in booth 833.
All right, go check that out. We look forward to seeing a big rally from you tomorrow.
All right, next another great champion out of Brookville, Indiana. Give it up, everybody, for Bill Lowen.
Dollar Bill Lowen, one of the most consistent pros on tour, has been so close to that big Elite Series or Bassmaster Classic victory. And is this the one as he digs deep in that Skeeter Yamaha? Bill Lowen fishing his 9th Geico Bassmaster Classic. Give him a little love as he makes his way. Four fish for Bill Lowen on day number 1. 4 fish for 12 pounds and 3 ounces. He moves into 20th place currently. Give him a little love for the 9-time Classic qualifier. £12 pounds, 3 ounces. Unfortunately, one short of a limit, but not the only guy. A lot of our anglers struggling to get a limit. That 16-inch limit, it seems to be causing some troubles, or was it the weather?
It's hard to say. We always stand up here and talk about how important it is to be consistent and catch 5 all the time. I only brought 4 in today, and I'm not disappointed at all. I went and did what I thought I needed to do. I had the 5th one on about 3 times, and he came off. And I caught 20-something fish today that were 15 and a half to 15 and 3/4. It's hard to throw back 2.5 pounders. But you know what? Tomorrow's another day. I stubbed my toe a little bit today, but we're all right. I got to say thanks to everybody that makes it possible for me and being here. This is the Bassmaster Classic. I got great sponsors. I got great family. I got great friends. It doesn't get any better than that.
Life is good. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Don Day, I'm hungry. Feed me some more. Two Elite Series wins in the last 2 years. Rolling in the Berkeley Air rewrapped a Phoenix Yamaha, originally from the West Coast, now resides in Guntersville, Alabama. Five fish for Justin Lucas here on day number 1. And an uncharacteristically slow start to the Elite Series season, but none of that matters. Here today, 5 fish, 17 pounds, 12 ounces, moves into 10th place. And Justin Lucas starts off the Geico Bassmaster Classic with 17 pounds and 12 ounces, sitting in 10th place with 12 anglers left to go. So whatever way this shakes out, you're going to be in great position going out tomorrow.
Yeah, last year I really sucked. I zeroed one day at Grand Lake, and that pissed me off, and it also pissed me off that I sucked in the first 2 tournaments this year. So I've got a lot of stuff to be mad at right now, and I just flat out want to catch them. I want to get back into the groove of what I've been doing the last couple years. And dude, I had a really good start to the day. I had a couple bed fish, and I started on those, a 5-pound, 5.5 pounder, and a 4-pounder, and got them right away, and caught several fish throughout the day. Just had a good time and got back to doing what I like to do.
Well, that is catch fish, and you're catching in a big way. Want to wish you luck, and we'll see you all weekend long.
And we've got another angler ready to roll in right now. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. He's out of Lakeland, Florida. Here comes Bobby Lane.
A former Elite Series Rookie of the Year, an Elite Series champion, Big Fish Bobby Lane, got his nickname in this great state of Texas, and he loves big freaky fish. And this, day number 1 of the Geico Bassmaster Classic, and Bobby Lane gets us a limit of fish, rolled out in the spire wire wrapped Phoenix Yamaha, and comes back with a 5 fish limit from Lake Conroe, the home to 17 Toyota Sharelunkers, showing just how incredible that fishery is. 5 fish today for Bobby Lane, 16 pounds and 8 ounces. He moves into 12th place currently as Bobby Lane continues his charge to become a Bassmaster Classic champion. Bobby, 16 pounds, 8 ounces, and a couple of years ago you came so close to getting this title. And I know that you talked about it a lot after that season and how it changed you and how it proved to you that it's a realistic goal and it's something that you're going to achieve one day. Is this the week?
Well, you can only hope so. You know, I'm fortunate to have a younger brother, Chris Lane, and he's a world champion.
He was a catcher earlier.
He's the catcher today, and I'm the fisherman. So, you know, it's unfortunate he didn't make it this year, but, you know, that is my dream one day to make it. And if it's this one or, you know, I'm working my butt off to get back to Hartwell. That's the one that got me last time. And, you know, at least I brought in 5 this time. It's, you know, it's a great lake. It's a great fishery. It's, I get to fish my style. I'm flipping 65-pound spider wire braid out there, and of course it was rough, but you can't use that as an excuse. I mean, you got to go out there and give it 100%. Unfortunately, I got a great family up here. Everybody came, but we lost our grandmother this year, and this is her first classic she hadn't made, and it's been a real impact. I thought about it all day today, and I'll keep thinking about it all week, and she's truly missed. And she was an amazing woman, and I'm going to fight for her tomorrow.
And I'm sure she'll be watching.
All right. Let's bring our next anchor in. He hails from Spring City, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Wesley Straiters.
Took a win at the Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Opens to qualify for his second Geico Bassmaster Classic. 17 trips to the Forest Wood Cup, but his second trip to the Geico Bassmaster Classic. Houston, let me hear ya. Bringing us a limit of fish, 5 fish here on day number 1, his second Geico Bassmaster Classic via win at the Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Opens. Wesley Straiters got 5 fish here today. 19 pounds and 9 ounces. He rounds out our top 6 currently with 19.9. Wesley Straiters moves in to 6th place currently. Get loud, Bassmaster Classic fans. A great start to this Geico Bassmaster Classic. 19.9, got to be happy with the way things worked out today.
Yeah, it started off pretty fast this morning, and then after that it kind of went downhill. You know, I went all day till I caught my 5th in about 5 minutes before I came in. But, you know, I got to thank some people. I couldn't be here without Ranger Boats, Evinrude Outboard. Evinrude I'm the only Evinrude guy here, and they brought a service trailer just for me. So my hat's off to them. Power Poles, Lowrance, TH Marine, the best products you can put on your boat. McGuire's, Fish Head Spin, Powell, Lose Reels, Zorro, and Zoom. So I couldn't be here without those guys. There's a few more. I probably missed a few, but you know, what a pleasure to be here. What a great crowd, and Conroe's probably one of my favorite places to fish.
It's working out pretty good, and it could get a lot more favor. What would this mean if you were to pull this off at this point in your career?
I'd be debt free.
Oh, well, that's a good thing to be.
All right, let's bring the next anchor in. He is from Lancaster in the Derby state of Kentucky. Ladies and gentlemen.
£22 and an ounce. 22 pounds and an ounce in his very first Geico Bassmaster Classic. Bradley Roy delivers in rookie situations. A former Rookie of the Year, and his Rookie Classic, he's sitting in spot number 2. Going to weigh that for Berkeley Big Bass. Not going to take that away from Brent Eller, 6'4", but dude, your rookie season in the Elite Series, had an incredible breakout season. Your Rookie Classic here. What is it about rookie performances for you? You truly deliver.
Man, I don't know. I know this right here is an awesome feeling. I dreamt a lot about this day, and you know, I'm not an emotional guy, but this morning when I put my Triton on plane, I fought back tears all the way to my first spot. And that tells you how special this Bassmaster Classic is. I've got the best family and friends in the world, a girlfriend up there. They're here to support me. To be able to go out the first day and catch 22 pounds, that's pretty awesome to be here. So I'm excited. I think I got fish coming to me, and I can't wait to get back in my Triton, tie on some more MHX rods, and we're going to go fishing tomorrow.
They're coming to you. Look out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Bradley Roy.
Way to go. All right. Another angler coming up. Hey, another great champion, ladies and gentlemen, out of Guntersville, Alabama, Randy Howe.
Ladies and gentlemen, please get up on your feet and give it up for Randy Howe.
Fishing his 15th Geico Bassmaster Classic, the 2014 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion, a 4-time Bassmaster winner, and a win here would put him over $2 million in Bassmaster earnings. Digging deep in the King's home, Triton Mercury. Everybody howl for Randy Howe! Two fish here today on day number 1. But as we learn week after week on the Elite Series, not about how you start, it's all about how you finish. 4 pounds, 8 ounces. And there's nothing wrong with fist pumping for 4.8, because right now, millions of anglers are watching this, wishing they weighed 4 pounds, 8 ounces on the Bassmaster stage.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep smiling. You know, it's not what I was wanting for sure. You know, the last 3 years I've been in contention to, 1 in 14, and in the last 2 years I've been in the hunt going into the last day. And then when you go out today and you don't have a good day, you know you can't win, and it's disappointing when you know you really can't win after a first day like this. But I'm thankful that we're here in Houston. Great people here, great crowd, and all our sponsors. You know, King's Home is over there in the Livingston booth selling tickets for my boat giveaway. A guy named Chris won my Triton Mercury last year here in Austin, Texas. He's got a boat that looks just like mine running around the lake. And if I was doing really good in the tournament, it would be cool because he would be like a good decoy boat because he looks just like me. But Di was giving us these new Signature Series rods. Me and Ish Monroe and all the team, Brent Ayler and everybody, we've got great equipment. I just didn't catch the fish. Still hadn't figured them out real good yet. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, and hopefully I'll catch enough to come back and make a big comeback to fish on Sunday. So we'll see. Thank y'all.
Would love to see it.
Got another guy coming up next who is familiar, real familiar with the championship trophy. He is from Pittsgrove, New Jersey, Iaconelli.
The 2003 Geico Bassmaster Classic champion, the 2006 Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Go Ike for Mike Iaconelli! Five fish for Mike Iaconelli. Needs 23 pounds, 4 ounces to get redemption on Lake Conroe. 21 pounds, 2 ounces. He moves into 4th place currently. Mike Iaconelli, 2 times a bridesmaid at the Toyota Texas Bass Classic. And this would make all those bridesmaid finishes worth it if he became a 2-time Geico Bassmaster Classic champion this Sunday in front of this packed house at Minute Maid Park here in beautiful Houston, Texas. 21 pounds, 2 ounces. What a way to start your classic, Ike. This lake, you have such strong history on it. What would this mean? Redemption. I mean, you battle it out here. 2 bridesmaids finished at TTBC, 1 in a fish-off with Keith Combs. But boy, you'd forget about all that if you got to hoist that trophy Sunday, I imagine.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. I mean, being in contention on the first day is a really good thing. You can put yourself out of it. I'm still in the hunt, which is really good. I like this lake. You know, some lakes really suit your style, and this lake suits my style. The scary thing is the way I'm fishing, I'm not getting a lot of bites, but I'm getting some of them gorillas, and that's the way you got to fish to win the Bassmaster Classic.
One of the big topics coming into this event was spectator traffic, and I know you're one of the guys who deals with it the most. Was it a problem out there, and does it concern you going into the weekend when the weather's going to be a whole lot nicer?
Spectators were great today. We had a bunch out there. It's going to get worse, but they did a good job, and appreciate everybody that came out and followed me today. And it's just something you got to put into your equation, you know, and I'll think about it as I rotate spots over the next 2 days. But real quick, my two girls, Drew and Riley, they're at home. They couldn't make it this year. I want to say hi to Drew and Riley. And it's also somebody's birthday. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not.
Lawrence turned 60 this year. Lawrence Electronics.
Well, happy birthday, Lawrence.
Yes, happy birthday to Lawrence.
What are you buying them?
I'm probably going to buy him a Bassmaster Classic trophy that I win on Sunday.
What do you guys think about that? Let's hear it for Mike Iaconelli.
All right, let's bring in another great champion, ladies and gentlemen. He's from Gonzales, Louisiana. Here comes Greg Hackney.
The 2014 Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year, a former Forest Wood Cup champion, and one of the most lethal anglers over the last 5 years on the Bassmaster Elite Series. Give me a little love for the Hack Attack. 5 fish for Greg Hackney here on day number 1 of the Geico Bassmaster Classic. 13 pounds, 6 ounces. He moves into 23rd place currently. Let me hear it for the Hack Attack. Greg, as I said, one of the most lethal anglers on tour over the last 5 years. You've had an incredible run going here, but I know you desperately want this title. I mean, you've won everything else there is, literally everything else there is to win in the sport.
Yeah, it would really be nice to have this one. I'd really like the opportunity to sell it to Iaconelli on Sunday afternoon, since I hear he's buying one. I'd love to sell him one, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, you know, I just kind of had a bad day today, didn't get off on the right foot, but, I would sell it to him. Now, I'm not lying.
How much does a Bassmaster Classic trophy go for?
Ooh, mine? I don't know if he's got that much. But maybe Lawrence would let him borrow it.
There you go.
Give him a loan or something. But I just want to say how my family's here this week. That's a big deal. Everybody's together. You know, school's out and they're here. So it's a good day. You know, it's not exactly where I'd like to be, but I had some mishaps today, but I saw some stuff, so it'll be interesting before it's over.
Looking pretty confident. Look out, Hackney, rolling into the weekend.
All right, hey, let's bring in the guy from Blacksburg, South Carolina. How about a little love for Andy Montgomery?
A 2-time Bassmaster winner that has a score to settle with Lake Conroe. Came very close to taking that title a few years ago at the Toyota Texas Bass Classic. That title went to Dave Lefebvre, but Andy Montgomery would love to get payback here this week at the Geico Bassmaster Classic. Unfortunately, a tough start to this tournament. 2 fish today for 8 pounds and 3 ounces. But let me hear it, ladies and gentlemen, for Andy Montgomery. 3, not the start that you wanted, Andy, going out, but you know this lake well. You've done great here in the past, and you know the kind of rallies that can be made here.
Yeah, the best decision I made all day. I seen my shoe was untied right before I ran up this runway, so I tied my shoe in the boat. That would have been a disaster. I don't know. I know I put that Strike King skipping jig under 1,000 docks today, and I got 1 bite. And I had that same fish bite me in practice. I had a total of about 3 fish bite me in practice under docks. I caught one of them today. I didn't catch the other 2. I finally, Swindle, he won Angler of the Year, and he told me, he's like, dude, there ain't a bass under them docks. And I'm sitting there thinking, hey, man, I had 3 bites in 3 days. Surely to goodness, if I fish them all day, I'm going to catch me 5. You know, when a dude wins Angler of the Year, you need to start listening to him because there's not a bass under them boat docks out there. I can promise you that.
Another shot at them tomorrow to rally back in this deal.
Yeah, it is. You know, I had one big day one day where I felt like I could have a big day, and the wind just killed me out there today. I caught that big one first thing, and then it got too bad to fish. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it. If the wind lays down and I'm able to fish, maybe, you know, who knows? Maybe I can catch 25. We don't know. I know one thing. I ain't gonna put it under 1,000 docks again tomorrow. I'm gonna put it beside something else besides the boat dock.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it works out.
All right, let's bring your next actor up. From Dadeville, Missouri, ladies and gentlemen, here's Scott Clift.
Truly representing the working class fisherman. He is representing the Toyota Bonus Bucks Team Championship. He won the bracket there, and you too just join a Toyota Bonus Bucks, and you might find yourself on the Bassmaster Classic stage for the very first time, like Scott Clifton. Let him hear you, Houston. His first trip across the Bassmaster Classic stage, and unfortunately not the result that you wanted, but it's the Bassmaster. Just look out at that crowd. Let me hear you, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody ever likes to get skunked, especially in a big tournament like this. When you look out at a crew like this, it's gotta make you realize just how special this accomplishment you made is.
Oh, it is. It's incredible, and to see all these people, it's a blast. You don't want to zero in anything, but it happens. Struggling a little bit, but I learned a long time ago. Put the day behind you. Go fishing tomorrow, and we'll see what happens.
Truly the attitude of a champion. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow.
Thanks, sir. I would like to say thanks to everyone that come down from home. Hopefully I'll do better tomorrow.
I know you will. 5 anglers left to go. Who we got next, Don Day?
Well, we got another Gonzales, Louisiana angler coming in. He is Ryan Levine.
We got the Levinatics in the house. He came here in the fall to the Bass Nation National Championship. Started that tournament on the back deck. Qualified to go into the top 10 on Championship Sunday and won it by over 16 pounds. Give me a little love for Ryan Levine. Ryan Levine did what many believed was impossible at the Bass Nation National Championship and looking to keep shocking people here this week. Come on, Levinatics, don't get quiet now. Let me hear you. Ryan Levine, day number 1, 5 fish for 16 pounds and 10 ounces. Moves into 15th place in his very first Geico Bassmaster Classic. Let me hear you, Houston. Ryan, what you did in the fall on Lake Conroe, many believed was impossible. It was truly inspiring, but one of the most inspiring things about you is I've emceed tournaments that you fished for a few years now. This is obviously the biggest one ever, but it doesn't matter whether we're in a field with a picnic table doing a tournament or in Minute Maid Park. The Levinatics show out. You have an incredible support system.
Yeah, they never disappoint. You should see the club tournaments. It's phenomenal. They show up for that too. It's loud. But no, this is awesome, man. This is better than I could ever imagine. You know, I feel pretty good. You know, I mean, I had a decent first day of the Classic. I'm happy. You know, it's got the best fans in the world, as you can hear. I get to run the best equipment in the world because of Bass Nation, Phoenix, and TH Marine. We'll go out tomorrow and try to catch some more.
Look out at Ryan Levine heading back out in Conroe.
And we're going to come in with another angler out of beautiful Panama City, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, how about it for Drew Benton?
He is the reigning and defending Bassmaster Elite Series Rookie of the Year. Digging deep in that Phoenix Mercury. Fishing his very first Geico Bassmaster Classic. Let's welcome him right, ladies and gentlemen. Drew Benton with 5 fish here today at his very first Geico Bassmaster Classic. 13 pounds even, puts you in 25th place, middle of the pack with just a few anglers left to go. 13 pounds even, a decent start to things, middle of the pack, top half, get to fish all the way through to Sunday, but you put yourself in a good shot to keep that charge going tomorrow.
Yeah, you're never out of it when the big bass is only what separates you from the lead. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my family for coming 10 plus hours to see me. I couldn't do this without my sponsors. Bagley makes a great balsa crankbait. That's the way I'm catching them this week. And if I can just get 5 of the right ones, it could be pretty interesting tomorrow. So I'm pretty excited. There's a bumpy ride on the way in. I hope that the weather settles down a little bit tomorrow. It should get a little bit better. Backup plan was sight fishing, and as you can believe, it was a little bit tough to do that today. So if it slicks off, it could get ugly. We'll see what happens.
Keep our fingers crossed that it slicks off, and we'll see how it works out.
Next angler coming in out of Warrenville country. He's from Auburn, Alabama. Here comes Steve Kennedy.
The former heavyweight champion of professional bass fishing, a 2-time Elite Series champion. Houston, let me hear you. Steve Kennedy back in the Geico Bassmaster Classic.
Did the song start out better this time?
Song's
it's the same song. It started a different place.
5 fish for Steve Kennedy here on day number 1 of the Geico Bassmaster Classic. 17 pounds, 7 ounces. £17, 7 ounces, a great start to things, Steve. Got to be happy with that.
Not really. I had a pretty good practice, and I probably lost more than that today. So not really excited about how it went. But I need to say thank you to Power Pole. For last couple of years here, I've gone without, and I saw this forecast, what was coming up, and they put some on last night, and no possible way I could have caught those fish without them. So thank you, Power Pole, and let's go see if we can do it again.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it works out. 1 day down, 2 more to go.
All right, how about another Jones boy? This one here has hoisted the trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, from Lorena, Texas, Elton Jones.
Come on, Texas, 5 Texas anglers. And here's the 5th, a former Geico Bassmaster Classic champion, a 6-time winner, fishing his 18th Geico Bassmaster Classic in front of his home state crowd. The first time ever in his career he's had an opportunity to fish a classic in front of his home state. And he gets that opportunity at his son's very first classic. Alton Jones on day number 1 with 5 fish. Looking for 23 pounds, 4 ounces to take the lead. 5 fish for 19 pounds, 13 ounces. And Alton moves inside the top 10, currently in 8th place. (19-13), a great start to things inside the top 10, but what a day for you. I mean, I could not imagine, driving to take off this morning, I thought about how many times little Alton's watched you leave at the Bassmaster Classic, and you had an opportunity to compete with him in his first Classic in your home state. Mind-blowing.
Well, I did, and this morning I was boat number 52. He was out considerably earlier, and I got to listen as his name was called, and he was going out as a competitor in the Classic, and it just sent chills down my spine, and a tear in my eye. So it was fantastic. And then we got to watch him weigh in while we're riding back in the truck this afternoon. We were watching the live online, and just an incredible feeling. Bass fishing, one of the great things about it is that it bridges gaps between generations. And, it brings fathers and sons and people from all different walks of life together. And little Alton and I are just walking proof of that.
An incredible young man and great addition to the Elite Series. But I have to ask you, because I asked him, so I have to give your opportunity. A lot on Bassmaster Live, they kind of talked about who your wife would cheer for here today. And Alton did not, I've tried to get him to trash talk you all season, and he won't, but he didn't miss a beat. He said 100% she wants me to win.
100% she wants him to win.
That's the love of a mother, and we look forward to seeing how this works out for you, Alton. Let's hear it for Alton Jones.
He's pretty sexy guy, and he's always got a smile on his face. Let's see what happened today. He's out of Gainesville, Florida. Big welcome for Rigsby.
An incredible 16-time Geico Bassmaster Classic qualifier, 9-time Bassmaster winner, and over $2 million in bass earnings. Oh golly, it's Rigsby. Rigsby crosses the Bassmaster Classic stage for his 16th time here in the beautiful city of Houston, Texas. I want to thank Houston, Texas, our incredible host this week. 5 pounds and an ounce puts you in 46th place. Not the start that you wanted here to this Classic, but I know coming into Houston, that we haven't been here in Texas in 37 years, but a little more special for you. You have some roots here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty special that my title sponsor, First TBS, is located right here just north of the city in Humble. And, he does, most people say, well, what is First TBS? But everything that here runs on power, and that's what they do. They take care of the turbines that generate the power. They make them more efficient. They extend the life. They do all kinds of great stuff. So it's a really great company and just a great Christian man and family. So I really enjoy having that. But, I had a pattern going that had really big fish out here, and I fished 3 of my 4 areas and never had a single bite doing what I did in practice. Didn't understand that, and so I sat around and dinked around, did some sight fishing. That's what I did today. Tomorrow, hopefully the sunshine, those big fish will bite, and I can get back in this game, because I can tell you what, I enjoy running that Triton Mercury around out there.
Well, TBS supplies power. You're one of those powerful anglers, and I'm looking forward to your comeback. Let's hear it for Rigsby. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that concludes our day 1 weigh-in. Once again, on behalf of the entire Bassmaster staff, want to apologize about the delay at the beginning of the weigh-in, but if you're from Houston, I'm sure you're used to traffic. We will keep dealing with it all week, but what a great way to start this tournament. You guys were awesome. Call your friends, call your family. Let's pack this house this weekend. Your tournament leader, Brent Ayler, with 23 pounds and 3 ounces. Bassmaster Classic rookie Bradley Roy in second with 22-1. The Cajun Baby in third with 21-8. Mike Iaconelli in fourth. Clifford Perch in fifth. Dave Lefebvre in 6th, James Elam in 7th, Alton Jones in 8th, Wesley Straiter in 9th, and our top 10 rounded out by Matt Herron. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make sure to get down to takeoff tomorrow on Lake Conroe. First boat is going to leave tomorrow morning at 7:20. Get down there early. We jammed the place today, and an even bigger crowd tomorrow to cheer on our anglers as they do battle on this historic Big Fish Factory. It's going to be an absolute throwdown, a showdown, a big fish mowdown here at the Geico Bassmaster Classic, and we will see you tomorrow.